presentation. So as Amy mentioned, this is really Social Media 101. We are going to cover a lot in a short period of time. So you may have questions, and that is totally fine. We can answer them here today, or if you get back and you think of a question, you'll have my contact information, and I believe you have Amy's contact info. I'm happy to discuss anything that we talk about today in greater detail with any of you. So let's get started. Let's start with Instagram. So think of Instagram as one huge photo album with content from users all over the world. And you can find photos of videos of anything on Instagram. And posts are really tied together with hashtags. So you need to develop a pretty strong hashtag campaign. In general, the rule of thumb is you need a mobile device to post to Instagram, unless you are using a scheduler, which is, we'll discuss that later, being Buffer or Hootsuite. There are 5 main screens on Instagram. The first is your home screen here. And this will look a little different to some of you now, but this is really where you can kind of see what's happening. So the individuals or the organizations that you've decided to follow, this is where their posts are going to populate, and this is where you'll have an opportunity to really get up to date on the latest news or the latest events that are happening from those that you follow. Here, you will normally see this menu may have changed. So Instagram is going through some changes at the moment, and I'll get into what these options mean, but some of these are no longer at the bottom. So this little plus sign and this little heart, those are where the changes are, and I'll describe that to you in a second. The Discover page is the little search feature. This is where you can find businesses or friends that you want to, in fact, follow. This is where you're really searching for specific hashtags. Like I said, you'll need a strong hashtag campaign. Again, what that means is you need to have keywords. So as I mentioned, posts are tied together by certain keywords, and they have a hashtag or, the number sign in front of these keywords. And how you look for these keywords is really a quick Google search will tell you what the most popular keywords are for a certain industry, for a certain topic, etc. Use those when you're posting. When you post and you use these keywords, that is what will fill up in the Discover page. So when you're searching for a specific topic, anything with a keyword that you are searching for that has been hashtagged on somebody else's page will in fact populate here, and that's what'll come up when you hit the search feature. The camera, this is where you add content. So you can add content from in real time, meaning you can actually select photo and video and shoot the photo and video right within the Instagram app, or you can upload a photo or video from your gallery. But this is where you are adding your content. And Instagram will not allow you to post anything without a photo or video. Okay? And then you have your activity feed. Now, this is where the change happens. So as I showed you in the first slide, there was a little heart at the bottom. That is in testing mode right now with Instagram. It seems as if Instagram is going to move away from this. I personally am disappointed with that decision. The activity feed is this. It shows you at a glance who has liked your photos, who is following you, who your new followers are, who has popular hashtags that you seem to have liked the posts with these specific hashtags. But this is unfortunately probably going away. And what you'll have to do in order to see your activity feed is actually go into the posts and see who has liked your post, kind of like a Facebook, who's liked your post, who is new following you. It takes a little bit more effort to do that, which is why I liked the activity feed. But it's still, there is a workaround, I guess you can say, if you just go to your home button, which is here, right? This little home button at the bottom, and you search through all your feeds, or if you go onto your particular page and you search through the posts that you've added, it'll kind of show you who has liked it. You just have to search through many posts instead of one quick snapshot of the activity feed. And then you have your profile, which is here. If you click on that, this is a collection of photos and videos that you have uploaded from your initial post. It's really a collection so that you can go back at any time and look at what post did well, what didn't do so well, who has liked or commented, who is popular to your liking, to liking your posts. It also shows you how many followers you have, how many posts you've done all time. And this is where you can edit your profile picture or your bio. You want to keep your bio pretty straightforward. And you also want to include in your bio any link to a web page that you may have, because that is where people go to kind of find out more about you, or more about your business, I should say. Okay. Now this button here is where you add the post, where I said you upload it with the camera. This button here, on many accounts, again, with the change in Instagram, is going to be found on the top here. So it'll probably be on your home page, or even on your profile, depending on the account. But you're going to see it at the top of the page now. You will, in many instances, you will not see it in its own separate button here. Okay. Privacy settings. For your business, you definitely want to opt for a public profile. You will be able to use hashtags more freely if you use a public profile, and you want to be easily accessible when you are growing your brand. A private account is limited in hashtags. Users can see your bio and your username, but they will have to request access to follow you. So if you create your business under a private account, what will happen is when people are using that discover page and they're searching for your business, or they're searching for hashtags that you may be using, when it comes up and they request and they go to follow you, they click the follow button, it's going to show them that they need to request permission to follow this account. And then that request will come to you. You will have to approve or deny. And then if you approve, that's when they finally get to follow you. Now, it doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but if it's a public business, it should have a public account. So people are going to get frustrated with having to do the few extra steps. It's just out of convenience for them. They may not follow through with that. Photos. So your photos should be recent, and they should be consistent with how often you are posting. You want interesting, relevant, and eye-catching content. Users connect with faces, but if your brand doesn't fully capture the face of anyone, then the best photos are high quality with bright lighting. Blurry and dim photos are quickly passed over. And you also want to use videos as much as possible, especially today. People love a good photo. They love photos, especially on Instagram. Photos are still very popular. But what's happening is people want more than that. They want to feel as though they are there. For instance, I have a couple of clients who are resorts, so they're in the travel industry. And when people are looking through their accounts, they want to see what the room looks like. They want to feel as though they're in the room, or they're on the grounds. They don't want to see just a photo, they want to see a video, or they want to see a video of the key highlights of, for instance, I do resorts on Block Island in Rhode Island, and they'll want to see what these resorts offer as far as views, and where the dining, how far is dining from the resort, or where are the hot spots of the island. So they're going to want to see more than just a couple of photos. They actually want to feel as though they are there. You'll also want to remember to engage your audience enough that they receive some sort of takeaway, um, either a hashtag or use the link. Like I said, use the link in your bio. You will want to give them some sort of a takeaway. They have to do something. It's really a CTA, a call to action. Ask them to do something when you post, meaning check us out at this particular website, or give us a comment or a like, um, so that you know that there's some sort of engagement there. The strategy to use with Instagram is follow accounts that are like your account. So many people come to me and say, should I really be following my competitors' accounts? Absolutely. You should be following your competitors' accounts. You want to see what type of individuals like their posts. What posts are people liking? Um, you want to make sure that you're on the same page so that you can stay a step ahead, really. And you can bet your bottom line that they will be doing the same for you. They will also be following your accounts. So you want to be engaging. Your audience is human, okay? They don't want you to be a robot. They want your posts to be engaging. They want them to, you should be able to capture your audience with a post. And then you want to follow up with your audience with, if they happen to comment, you want to like that they commented. And you also want to maybe respond to any questions that they have. Or if you see that they've shared your post, you want to thank them. Take a minute and say, thanks for sharing. This is what will keep people coming back and keep them interested in your platforms. So again, like and comment on the photos, and look at who is following these accounts and follow them first. So again, take a look at your competitors' posts. Take a look at any businesses that you may be able to have a partnership with. For instance, if you're in the travel industry and you're working with resorts, maybe there's a nearby restaurant that you can partner with, and you really want to almost create a shared audience that way. So follow the accounts of those that you feel will be beneficial to you and your business, and they'll do the same for you. We'll talk about the paid ads when we talk about Facebook. The paid ads, now that Facebook and Instagram have really combined, paid ads are done through Facebook. So tips to master your brand with Instagram: use audience targeted hashtags. And when you do this, it's important to realize that using the hashtags in the same sequence in every post almost becomes robotic. And in the social media world, if your posts become robotic, you will, one, lose your audience, but you may also, within the algorithm of Instagram or any of the platforms, within the algorithm, you might actually not know it, but you may be flagged as a robot. So as someone who is behind the scenes, not human, or you're not a valid account because there's too much repetition. So find your audience targeted hashtags using the Google search, but then also change it up. So if you find a good 5 to 7 hashtags, you don't have to use all of them at every post. Use 3 or 4 at a time and use them in different sequences, and that'll keep your posts active, and that'll keep your audience coming back. Ensure application of right filters. Popular Instagrammers love the filters. So when you are uploading your photos, so if you remember back to the screens, it's the plus sign where you're at the camera and you add your content. Once you upload a photo, you can actually select a filter. There are many popular filters on Instagram. Juno is pretty popular. Mayfair, I think, is pretty popular. Clarendon is also very popular. So see the style that fits you, and then use that. But remember, there are some that are going to dim the photos, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to create a dim or poor lighting within your photo. Posting at climax times, you want to be online when your audience is online. So if your audience happens to be online, at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's okay. When you wake up, make sure to check it, so that they might be commenting at 2 a.m. and you'll at least get back to them within hours of them comment. Okay, so you definitely want to be checking the comments and the engagement on Instagram. Interacting with your competitors' followers, I think we've mentioned that a few times already. You want to know who is following your competitors, and you want to get them to follow you as well. So interact with them and engage with popular Instagrammers. So if there is a popular news personality in your area, you may want to try and engage with them, get them to follow your account as well. It goes for politicians, it goes for the town Santa Claus this time of year. Okay, you want to try and reach out to these popular Instagrammers and get them, whatever your industry may be, there are popular Instagrammers out there, and you can again search that on Google, and that'll come up, a list will come up for you. But you want to get them to eventually follow your account as well. Okay. Sell your brand. Remember, you are scarce. Your product, your service, your art, whatever you are selling, it is in limited supply. That is the mentality that you need to have. You are scarce. Keep new work in the spotlight. Recent photos and videos, recent reviews, recent recommendations are best. Okay, and showcase social proof. So if you have recommendations, use them, post them, get them up there. If you don't have them, get them. Okay, many people will be willing to actually snapshot a quick video saying how great your product, your service is, and they will be happy to be spotlighted in your Instagram feed. So don't hesitate to ask for a recommendation. They're very powerful, and people want to work with other people who have great recommendations. Okay. Instagram stories, think of these as the Instagram version of Snapchat. What these are, there are posts and they only live for 24 hours. So instead of putting the post onto your Instagram feed, which is on that home page that I showed you in Instagram, and it'll show up on your profile, instead of housing them there, when you upload a photo or video, you will be given the opportunity to select Instagram feed. Instagram story. And if you select Instagram story, then that post will only be live for 24 hours. Then it'll disappear. Okay? And you can definitely use hashtags here too. This is the type of thing where if you're in something like retail, for my clients in retail, sometimes they have a hot sale, right? Discounted items, but it's only through the weekend. So we would use that, we would post something on Friday and Saturday. It would live for 24 hours at a time, and then we don't have to go back and remove them. They just come down. Yeah. Understand the Instagram algorithm. Again, post when your audience is most active. Include a call to action, which means ask your followers to comment or engage, or even check out your bio for the link to your website. Develop a strong hashtag campaign. Quick Google search can help you with that. Now, a little bit about Facebook. This offers profiles and business pages. Profiles allow you to add friends, and they are a two-way connection. So this is, everybody can have a profile, right? Doesn't have to be a business page, but if Facebook users like business pages, and pages can then push content out to the people who like them. So business pages also allow you to set up paid advertising for Facebook and Instagram. So you can have a profile, which is just your individual profile on Facebook. And there's a two-way connection. You can follow friends and friends can follow you. But if you want to actually set up a page and you want to be able to advertise, you need a Facebook page, not a profile. You need an actual page. So in order to have a page, you need to have a profile, because every page has an administrator. And if you have the profile, then that is how they can determine you have administrative rights. By creating a page, you are automatically the administrator, and then we can talk a little bit about how you can add administrators momentarily. But remember that you need a profile in order to have a page. And a page is where you are able to push content out to larger audiences by using the advertising methods in Facebook. For popular realtors or media personalities, for example, a profile is probably enough, but many companies and creativists will see the benefit in developing an online presence with a page. So pages need to be linked to a profile, and using both a profile and a page allows you to get your friends to like your page. So let me explain that a little bit. You have your profile, and with that profile, you are able to create a page. When you have that page, you can then invite people to like it. That's actually one of the first steps that Facebook will prompt you to do, is get your friends to like your page, which is you send out invites to the people that are your friends on Facebook on your profile. And all they'll have to do is, with a click of a button, they can then like your page, and your followers and your likes are greater in using that method. So grow your network. First, connect with professional contacts on your personal profile. So look for other like-minded individuals, media contacts, and potential clients. And look in comments of other Facebook pages. So again, look at your competitors' pages, look at industry-specific pages, and see what type of content people are liking, or what type of comments they are making on specific posts. That's going to help you strategize as to what type of posts you should be sharing. And if you want to keep your personal and professional lives on Facebook separate, then that's easy enough. You can actually create different lists and control which lists, which people are on which lists, and what content is pushed to these different lists. After you create a list, it will appear in the left-hand toolbar on Facebook. And when you click on it, you have a dedicated news feed for that particular list. So here's where we can talk a little bit about admins to your page. Because your profile is linked to your page, you automatically become an administrator. If you want to add additional people who can post on behalf of the page, so for instance, if you are a small business and you have a couple of people helping you out with marketing, you've created the page, so you are the administrator. But now you can assign administrative rights to others who will be helping you post. Okay? And how you do that is you would go into the settings on your page. So you have to be on your Facebook page. You would go to settings, and then you would go to page roles. And within the page roles, you'll have different options as to what kind of rights you want these people to have. So building and branding your page is next. When you first go to create a page, you can set your page up for a local business, company, organization, or artist or entertainment. Local business is searchable by location, so I always say that this is the best one. If you have a physical location that you use for conducting business, you want to create a local business page. Now, with everything being online these days, you may not have a physical location, and that's fine. Use company. Company is searchable by category. So people will first search by location. If they're looking for, let's say, a mechanic in the area, they're going to search for a mechanic in Rhode Island or Providence, Rhode Island, or Boston, Massachusetts, right? For instance, that's what they're first going to search for. If there is no physical location, so they're just looking for something like social media management, then that's what I used. I used the company. So they then search by category. Okay. Steps to complete initial setup. First step is your about and your profile details. Second is your profile picture, your cover photo, and then you invite friends. So let's talk about that. In your profile details and the about section in Facebook, this is where you kind of want to put your bio. I think it's unlimited characters at the moment, but you don't want to ramble on. You want to keep it short, short and sweet. Really, what is your goal? Why should people do business with you? Okay. Your profile picture, it has to be a clean picture. It has to be a high quality photo. Okay. Cover photo, same thing, has to be of high quality. Think about doing a cover video. Those are becoming more and more popular. It's really a short intro into why people should do business with you. It could be you or a member of your team speaking into the camera, or it could be a quick slideshow of some of the services that you have and you're willing to share. But make those clear, and it's really the first thing that people see is your profile picture and then your cover photo when they're on Facebook. And then invite friends. As I discussed, you'll be prompted to really invite different individuals to your your page. Make sure you take advantage of that because it does prove to work. The more people who like your page, the more people who are willing to share your content, and then the more people who get to see your content organically, which means not paid. So if you're just posting and you're not putting money behind a post, then it's important that you have a greater audience to share information with until you are ready to do the paid advertisement. Next up is design. Make sure your profile is 100% complete. And then add contact information and descriptions of the business or your artwork. Okay? You definitely want to make sure that people have your contact information right within your Facebook page. In fact, many times, if you don't have, if your goal is not to send people to your website, but your goal is to have them call you, you can actually, your button on your cover page, you'll have the option of selecting several buttons, one of which will be call me. Another one is message me. If you do have a nice website and you want to drive traffic to it, then you'll be able to set up a link directly to your website there. But take advantage of that and make sure your contact information is accessible. Add a call to action button on the cover photo. So this is the button I was just describing. You have the option to add a button. You can add book now if you're, for instance, if you're an agency of some sort and you want to book a meeting, book now, sign up for a newsletter, maybe if you have a newsletter. Okay, contact us, send message, shop now if you're in retail, for instance, or learn more. Learn more is what you would use if to have people go to your website. Then you want to create a cover photo. Again, this should be an engaging image you use as a header on your page. The ideal size here is 828 by 465. This should really best represent your brand. You want consumers to feel reassured, use an image from a client meeting, right? If you want customers to feel excited, use your product with an intriguing backdrop or use a video. If you're a photographer, that's an easy one, right? Use your photos, use them in a slideshow. If you're not a photographer and you need some pretty good photos and you need them fast, I've listed a few sites that you may be able to purchase photos on. And there are a couple here, Pixabay, Pexels, and Morguefile. Those are pretty good royalty-free stock photos, so you can check those out. You want to plan your content and engagement strategies. So for Facebook, really for any platform, you should include a mix of text, photos, videos, and links. I always use the 4-to-1 strategy. So what that is that for everybody has some sort of content creation that they are most comfortable with. So for example, you may be most comfortable with photos. You may not be very comfortable with videos yet. Or maybe you're most comfortable with sharing links to certain articles. Whatever it may be, your first 4 posts should be of that type. So if you're comfortable with photos, you'd have 4 posts of photos. And then on the 5th one, you change it up a little bit, and maybe that's where you add a video, or maybe that's where you put a link to another website. And that does something that many people fail to do, and which is keep your audience kind of on their toes and keep them engaged. They will love what you have to share, right? If they're following you, then they have some sort of interest in what you want to share. But it will keep them more interested if you mix it up a little bit. And again, find like-minded individuals and businesses and share their content to your audience. So you want people to share your posts. In return, find individuals who are like-minded, who you buy into their mission for their business, and share their content to your audience. In return, they'll do the same for you. Plan your content and engagement strategies. Shares are just one way that your audience can engage with your brand. Facebook users can also like and comment on your posts. When users are commenting on your posts, you are making serious traction in your efforts to optimize your brand awareness on social media. Comments are a conversation. This again is a two-way interaction. This is not you just pushing out information to your audience and then not responding to any comments or shares that they do. You want to thank them for sharing. You want to respond to their comments. It's a two-way conversation here. And remember, your readers are human. You will see the most growth when you engage and incite emotion. So every post does not have to be a sales pitch. Okay, you want to share some interesting information from time to time as well, where you're not asking for something, you're really sharing, you're giving your opinion on a certain topic. The average organic post, which again is not a paid advertisement on Facebook, is seen by only 16% of your page's followers. Tagging is great for organic growth because it puts your message in front of the friends of the user you tag. So by tagging other businesses or by tagging friends, it'll get you greater growth, or it'll get your content seen by a larger audience on Facebook. So this is what we call an organic post. Again, these are just your everyday posts that you have not put money behind to advertise. If you want to pay to promote your Facebook posts, the best approach is to look at which of your posts perform the best organically and boost these posts. This is where you should start if you are not familiar with the advertising platform for Facebook. Try your hand at boosting first. So high organic reach means you already have interesting and engaging content. So take that post and boost it. Put a little bit of money behind it and reach a greater audience. If your current customer base has already connected, then your chances of connecting with new consumers who want your product or service are even greater. You can also use marketplace ads. So this appears in the marketplace on Facebook. You can do this, and people utilize this frequently. But what this does is that it allows you to kind of put a sponsored post in the marketplace. And you can use your page post ads. And these are those ads that appear in your news feed that say sponsored. That means that they blend in with everyone else's posts, but people have actually paid in order to do that. When you create your ad, define your call to action. So if you want to generate leads, then you want consumers to sign up for something. You want to sell a product, you want consumers to shop now. If you want to share a story, then you want consumers to learn more. So really define what your goal is here. Select a visually appealing image. And remember, in Facebook, you cannot have more than 10% text in your advertisement because Facebook will deny it. And make sure you have a consistent message that goes with your brand image. You can then select how long you want your ad to run for. And if you want a CPC or pay per click, pay every time someone clicks on your ad, or pay per impression, you pay based on the number of times your ad is shown. Sometimes you will have the option of doing that as well. How to use Facebook to its fullest and gain popularity. Ask for testimonials and reviews and post them on your website and or on your page. If you post them only on your website, make sure that you link within your social media, you link to your website so that people can see these recommendations. Recommendations are gold. Then you want to strike connection with your audience. 80% of the sale will come from the connection with your audience, and it's only 20% comes from the promotion. You want to interact with the audience by replying to their comments and questions, and think about what types of posts are getting the most interaction. Watch your audience and watch what they comment on and watch what questions they ask. Analyze and keep using the type of post that works. It's proven to work. Okay? And use the news feed's ad placement. Take audience feedback. Utilize your Facebook page for blog comments. Use a link to your Facebook page at the end of every blog post if you do, in fact, do blogs, and ask that your readers comment on Facebook. Use Facebook page to comment on other people's works. So this goes two ways. You want them to comment on your stuff. You make sure to comment on theirs. And use the page to curb negative results on search engines. Facebook is actually a very powerful domain. Use this to your advantage and use this to improve your rankings and reputation in the search results. So if you have, if someone has spoken negative about you or your organization publicly on Facebook or even on Google Business, etc., use Facebook to inundate, I guess, to create several posts, all with positive information, because Facebook is very powerful, and that positive information will then have a greater hold when it comes to someone searching for comments or someone having a search of your business. There's a good chance that the powerful posts from Facebook will make it to the top of the page rather than the negative ones from another page. I also want to talk to you a little bit about LinkedIn. So think of LinkedIn as Facebook in suit and tie, okay? It's more of your professional platform. And its mission is really to take over the professional world, becoming a one-stop shop for professionals worldwide to, one, find a job, find an employee, consume industry-specific news, create and publish original industry-specific content, get industry-specific online, meet and network with others, find clients, customers, vendors, and investors, and sell specific products and services to targeted audiences worldwide. When you're setting up your LinkedIn profile, Your profile should answer, how is what I'm sharing here going to help my ideal client or customer solve his or her biggest problem? How is what I'm writing right now going to help my client make more money, save time, and solve their core challenges? So really, your profile should answer, what are you going to bring to the table? Why should people be working with you? You need to stop telling me how great you are without telling me how you can help me. So we can all give ourselves a pat on the back from time to time, but we want to make sure that within our LinkedIn profile, we are clearly stating why we deserve that pat on the back. We need to show what we can bring to the table. You have one chance to make a first impression. So your profile photo should be showing me your eyes and your teeth. Okay, smile. Don't have sunglasses on. People want to be able to see that you are accessible. And your first impression on LinkedIn is just that. It's show them that you are accessible. Show them your eyes, show them your teeth. Okay. The one sentence you must get right is your professional title. It needs to state who you are, what you do, who you serve, the value you are bringing, and your credibility. It should be focused on what you can do for your ideal audience and what makes you different or better when compared to competitors. Don't be afraid to give high quality content that is useful and valuable to your viewers for free. You are willing to give free advice from time to time, then when people actually want to pay for services that you provide, they will remember that. They will remember that you were willing to help them in their time of need, and they'll come back and they'll pay for your services. Network. Participate in groups within your industry in LinkedIn. Don't sell on LinkedIn. This is not the platform to sell. Instead, add value and give personalized free advice. Show them your worth. Promote your art or your business. Explain why you are an expert. Share opinions and promote your resume, promote your experiences. And then when it comes to updating your summary, it's going to say what I do. So you answer with, I help whomever your target audience is achieve their goal by providing what. You partner with whom, including XYZ, right? You want a list. That's who you work with. Why it works? When you partner with my company, you get the most efficient, effective, and affordable product or service that your audience is looking for right now. What makes you different? Make sure to answer this question. What makes you unique, different, better than similar vendors or competitors? Why should people work with you? How many years of experience do you have? You have certifications or patents that you're willing to share. Tell them about it. Personal one-on-one attention and customer service support. Do you have that? If so, put that down. What others say. Copy and paste in 2 to 3 testimonials in this area. Use real people, their full name, company name, whatever information you have, and explain the specific value that this person received from you or your business. How it works, explain your process from start to finish. We start with a free evaluation. We first speak over the phone to discuss your needs. We perform XYZ services for you, etc. And ready to talk? Let them know how they can reach you. So LinkedIn tips, explain what it is you do and name a few of the audiences you serve. Treat your customers and clients like rock stars. Price is only an issue in the absence of value. Don't we pay more than we have to for our smartphones, right? We all do. Smartphones came out and we all pay more than we have to. But To us, it's the value. I can't live without my smartphone anymore. I run a business with my smartphone. So yes, I'm willing to pay top price to have a good smartphone that I can continue getting that quality, that value out of. And remember, recommendations are gold. So remember again, stop selling and start helping. When you're on LinkedIn, don't ask for the sale right away. Help people first. Show them what you can bring to the table, and then provide your sales pitch. So your strategy should be find your ideal prospects, invite them to connect, build the relationship, find out what they need from you, demonstrate how you can help them, and then ask for the sale. Be unique. The more memorable, not gimmicky, more likable, the more trustworthy you are, the more people will want to do business with you. Remember that teaching sells. Putting out content that draws people in, helps them see the immediate value and benefit of what you're talking about, and then leaves them with a subtle hint about that fact that you can provide this service for them right now. Okay? Don't state a problem without a solution. If you know that your ideal prospects are dealing with several problems and you have the solution, make sure you state that in your posts on LinkedIn, okay? Or make sure you message them, letting them know how you can help them with that. And I just want to briefly introduce these two platforms to you. I won't take you through them, that could be a whole other hour. But if you are looking for ways to make your posting more efficient, then you want to deal with Hootsuite and or Buffer. These two platforms, they're apps that you can download, and they also are websites, hootsuite.com and buffer.com. This will actually allow you to schedule your posts in advance. So you can actually link in your platforms. So you can link in, sync up LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can even add YouTube if that's a platform that you use. And in the free plan, I believe you get 3 platforms for free with 10 posts to each platform. And what this helps you do is it helps you schedule your posts for the week. So you can actually go to Hootsuite or Buffer and schedule a week's worth of posts to your platforms. And then you won't have to worry about getting a post up there every day. They'll already be scheduled. All you'll have to be concerned with is making sure that you are responding to the posts, to the comments, to any of the engagement that comes from your posts. Okay, so again, check out Hootsuite and Buffer if you're looking for a way to post more efficiently. I just want to talk a little bit about social celebrities and influencers as well. A social celebrity, it's when you gain your following because people enjoy your post. They appreciate your humor, they like your personality, and they like that it shows through engagement. So Better Living Real Estate, this is just one of my clients, and types of contents that they should really share, that any of us should really share. If you're in real estate, it's something like open house videos. So something, something that you can use maybe a live feed on. Brand your postings, brand your listings. Put your logo on all your photos, okay? Maybe not all of them. To start, yes, put them on all your photos. But once you've established a good audience, you don't have to put it on every single post or every single photo. You can do every few. Create a slideshow on YouTube of all your photos and share the link on all the platforms. So you can create a YouTube channel, create posts on YouTube, and then take that website and use that link on all your other platforms, which will drive people to your YouTube channel. Client testimonials, if they're willing to be in a video, that's even better than a written recommendation. Okay, keep that in mind. And get involved in the communities that you work in. Get involved in the communities that your industry is more prominent in. This really helps establish trust with the audience you're hoping to connect with. So a few tips for Facebook marketing in 2021. Get comfortable with video. Specifically, get comfortable with Facebook Live. It's coming and it's not going away. Create a strong hashtag campaign. Use the create event feature. So it doesn't matter, even if you're hiring, right? If you're looking to hire someone, if you create an event and you say it's a hiring event, and all you're asking for is to have people send you a resume or to share their interests with you, create an event for that, because that's free at the moment, and that populates to many, many more individuals than just your friends or your followers. And change your cover photo into a cover video once you are comfortable with it. It's a great place for a sales pitch. YouTube marketing in 2021. Create a consistent message. YouTube really does need its own marketing plan. I usually say to my clients, I try to post on their pages once a day. You don't necessarily need that with YouTube, but once a week is probably ideal, at least once a week. Post regularly, could be monthly, but I strongly say weekly. The more the better, but don't sacrifice quality. Okay? A great start may be a place to share your community updates. And include hashtags in the title of your video. And then when people are searching for specific content, if you've hashtagged it, then it'll just get that much higher on their search field, their search list. Twitter marketing in 2021. Not as effective as Facebook or Instagram, definitely not. You really need to post 15 times as much just to get noticed on Twitter. However, it is an important platform because its fans are very loyal. To get noticed on Twitter, you want to post images, updates, and tweets with local hashtags. So again, if you're in the travel industry or maybe you're in a restaurant business, you want to hashtag the name of your restaurant, but you also want to hashtag where it's located: Massachusetts, Cape Cod, the South Coast, Rhode Island, etc. So you want to have specific hashtags, but you also want to use a more general hashtag so that it could really narrow down the search. Your profile should not be geared towards your product only. Think, what does your audience want from you and what can you do for them? Again, it's not about the sale right away. It's about what can you bring to the table. And follow others with influence in your community, local news channels, schools, politicians, etc. Share articles and give opinion on these articles. And 60% of what you post should be, in fact, what you can bring to the table and not a sales pitch. Instagram marketing. Find the influencers in your field and follow them. That is the biggest advice for Instagram. Find the influencers in your field, in your industry, and follow them. Engage with them and get them to follow you back. Best tool to connect to millennials. So if millennials are your targeted audience, you need to be on Instagram, hands down. Currently the most talked about platform. High quality photos, and it has the best platform for organic, which is that unpaid advertisement reach. Its competitor will probably be TikTok and YouTube. YouTube is already established, it's doing very well, and Instagram and YouTube are still doing very well, and they're not necessarily taking audience from each other. But I find that TikTok is up and coming, and it's still yet to be seen whether the audience on TikTok will be going solely to TikTok instead of somewhere like Instagram or YouTube. So if you're comfortable with videos, then definitely give TikTok a try as well. That will be pretty popular. That's coming up. LinkedIn in 2021. Again, what problem are you going to solve for your readers? Don't ask for a sale until you have proven yourself. Don't be afraid to give free advice. And what makes you different? Your next goal will then to become an influencer yourself. Grow your audience based on your interest in your field. Don't stop at aligning your name with your brand. Become an expert in your industry. Become an expert in your community. And people will want to follow you because of this expertise, not strictly because of your personality. General tips then: engage, appropriate use of hashtags without overdoing it. So a good post will have no more than 5 to 7 hashtags. You don't want to have a whole post with 10, 12, 20 hashtags. It's annoying. People don't want to see that, okay? Have a conversation. It's about inciting emotion. Remember that 4-to-1 strategy we talked about. And if you're thinking of paying for ads, but you are not comfortable with the platform, try boosting first. So I just want to leave you with a few stats here. The world's most used social platforms as of July 2020, you can see Facebook is still in the running. Number 1, YouTube and the WhatsApp app, close second. You can see down here, Twitter is not as popular, Pinterest, but again, its fans are very loyal, okay? But definitely, when people say Facebook is saying see you later, it has lost many to Instagram, but now Facebook and Instagram have kind of combined, so it's just a matter of age. Usually, the age demographics, the older generations are now going more to Facebook, and you have your younger ones going to Instagram, but Facebook is still very, very popular. Total number of active social media users, 3.96 billion. So social media is not a fad. It's not going away, okay? Social media users versus total population, 51%. Annual growth, 10.5%, okay? COVID-19 increase in online and digital activities. Spending longer using social media, this is what I wanted you to see. 43% of individuals have said that they are spending more time on social media since COVID-19. That's all I have for you today. Here is again my contact information. So if you have any questions, you can definitely feel free to contact me directly. That is my phone number and my website and my email address. So at this time, I will hand it back to Amy, and we can kind of go through any questions that you may have.